Hey everybody, this is Grates from the First Order. Today I'll be showing the Coruscant World Boss. I'm joined by Oakley and Draf from the First Order, and as usual, I am a Vanguard tank in this video and the main tank for the raid. For this raid, we ran with 3 tanks, 4 healers, and 14 DPS. That's a total of 21 people. We were originally going to be doing 22 people with 5 healers, but one of our healers disconnected at the beginning of the fight and didn't reconnect till the very end. So we only went with 4 healers.
Hey everyone, I'm Oakley. I play a gunslinger for this video.
Hey everyone, Draf here. I play a smuggler scoundrel, your friendly neighborhood healer.
And with that being said, let's go ahead and get down to the fight. Alright, right now we are just waiting for the boss to patrol around to the right-hand side. As you can see, that gives everybody a clear shot to get onto the ramp before we start pulling the boss, so everyone's not running in under the boss's feet. And gives me a little bit better time to get the boss into the center and more towards positioning here. The boss has 2 main abilities that we saw. The first one is a stacking tank debuff, which requires you to have a minimum of 2 tanks. This will decrease the tank's armor over time, basically, and make it take more damage so that your other tank will need to taunt off him. And basically a standard tank swap goes back and forth, each one letting the debuff drop off while the other one has it. The other main ability it has is called Ionized Streams. This is an interruptible ability, and basically he targets whoever has aggro and starts channeling for massive amounts of damage. DPS can survive a second or 2, but more than that they'll probably die, so you want to make sure the tank has aggro and that you get it interrupted as soon as it happens so the tank's not taking extra damage. Draf, how was the healing on the fight?
The healing was actually pretty laid back and easy. As you probably saw in the beginning of the fight, there were some ticks going from my hot that I started casting right away. The smuggler actually has an ability that can stack twice on the tank, and I recommend if you play a smuggler starting that stack early on. Just kind of keep it going.
And then one problem that we had is one of our DPS were going a little overzealous and kept pulling aggro off of the tanks, especially when they need to start swapping aggro. So he went down in the fight.
So throughout this, we noticed another ability happen. It's going to happen about 30 seconds here, where we had 2 of our Jedi DPS were stacked on top of each other, and they both went down at the same time. In further attempts and isolating the ability, we noticed that a beam was attaching to both people, and the closer they were, the more damage they took. And that was one right there, another one's coming up here in a moment. You'll be able to see them standing to the right side of the boss, just slightly under, in a big white explosion. So if you have 2 streams connecting people in this fight, they both need to move away from each other as far as possible, and they shouldn't take nearly as much damage. And it should happen just about here.
Yeah, and the one thing that's really important with this fight is you need to have at least a couple of people who are dedicated to interrupting his ionized stream. I was the one doing that primarily. I think probably Draf may have gotten it once or twice if I missed it. But smugglers probably aren't the best choice for that. At 21, you only have one ability to do that, so I'm not sure which class is best for that.
For the most part, we ran level 18 through 20s for this run. A few of us were a little bit higher. I was level 25, Core was another level 25, but you can get away with level 20s for this fight and be really well off. As you can see, we downed the boss and got some nice loot. Right now we're just going, we're going to give a little quick overview of who was in there. I want to thank everybody that helped make this World Kill video and helped us to do this and dedicated their time. This is the Beta Guild TGO, and it was a very fun time. You can visit the links below to find all the guilds that are made up of it. Throughout the DPS, though, Oakley, how'd you feel about the smuggler rolling in and out of cover?
I mean, he moved around a lot, so you really do need to stay on your feet and get around. But if you're used to the cover mechanic, then it's not too bad. And for those smugglers listening, the F button, as in Frank, is the cover button. That is really sweet because your fingers are right there for that, so you don't have to click it or do anything else. So just getting used to that is probably the the main thing, and making sure that you're not in his path and you're not near anyone else for this fight.
Yeah, one thing actually going on right now, I'm the master looter for this fight, and it's a pretty good setup for it. It gives you a breakdown from all of the classes, so you can dish out the gear based on class, or you can just do a random roll and it disperses it to anybody. However, right now there's no just slash roll, so we had to kind of deal with a different way of passing out the loot.
So, as always, guys, thank you for watching this pretty short video, and if you've liked what you've seen and heard, feel free to subscribe.